Have you ever sat down to do something which is extremely important, but what happens is you land up checking your phone, or you land up wanting to eat a snack, or you're just wanting to, quickly take your phone and, speak to a friend of yours to find out about something, or even check your emails? Well, this is a classic example of what and all we do as human beings for that little dopamine rush in our body. They call dopamine the happy hormones. So we know that we don't want to live without a dopamine. And today I'm here to speak about what is dopamine detox, why is it really important, and how can we achieve it in our little steps. The dopamine is called the happy hormones around. And when I say a dopamine detox, you're going to wonder, why would I want you all to take a dopamine detox? Well, there is no way we can do a complete detox because we don't want to live without joy. But what exactly is dopamine? Dopamine is actually a neurotransmitter which drives motivation, anticipation, and reward seeking. So you're always chasing what's next. Exactly why we enjoy the hustle. And we are just busy doing so much, but technically not doing too much. And thanks to today's world, we have our phones, so we are scrolling and we are getting instant gratification. And thanks to the world we live in, there is abundance of dopamine rush available for us. Like constantly, in seconds, in minutes. You go on your phone, there's instant gratification, someone is liking your pictures, there's notifications on your phone. It is a whole hustle. And all of this gives us a dopamine rush quicker because the gratification is way quicker. Exactly why we've stopped enjoying the discipline and being in the zone of reading, journaling, exercising, because all of these give us late gratification. Exactly why a dopamine detox is extremely important, so that your body now starts calming down and understanding that delayed gratification is something which is going to give you a bigger future. Because you're right now stuck, wondering that I have these big goals, but why am I not able to go there? What is stopping me? Well, one of the biggest reasons why we cannot get to where we want to ideally be is because we are feeding on the dopamine rush. So, once you start understanding that this is exactly why I'm not able to get to where I want to be, you know what you're going to start noticing? You're going to start noticing you're going to become calmer after this detox to do things which are truly going to give you a dopamine rush, but in a slower manner, which also stops keeping you stimulated all the time. Constantly having this chaos in the mind all the time. You will start just not becoming more present, but way more calmer, and things are going to get so much more clearer and easier for you. So if you would like that, there are these 3 simple steps which you can follow. But before I say that to you, I would like for you to understand there are 2 ways we get our dopamine. Like, one is the quick dopamine hit: gambling, alcohol, social media, pornography, sugary food, you switching into, checking your emails, notifications, video games, binge watching. All of this give you a quick dopamine rush. But the good news is we can now develop and be aware of what gives us healthy dopamine rush. And the things which give us a healthy dopamine rush, which we do not need to detox from, are basically exercising, getting good sleep, eating good food, meditation, completing a difficult job, finishing the job in hand. Maybe even if it's difficult, it's going to take a little longer, but making sure that you're in the zone of completing tasks, having meaningful conversations, spending a lot of time in nature, finish reading a whole book, celebrating small wins after you've achieved a goal. All these are important, and this is what keeps us going. So we are now going to focus, by understanding the difference, that we are going to focus on getting the healthy dopamine rush. Now, to start off on how you can get, there are 3 simple ways to achieve this dopamine detox. The first is to remove instant distraction. When you sit down and you're doing anything, it can be a small task, you are going to make sure that you keep technology around. We are going to use technology and not be used by technology. So you can keep your phone aside for 15-20 minutes and do what you need to do, so you're not stimulated by the notifications, messages, or calls. You're going to go back to it after 20 minutes. You can start small by just removing these instant distractions for 20 minutes span of time, so that at least your body starts getting used to provide attention to one thing and to delay that instant need of a pump and a rush of dopamine hit by removing these distractions. The second thing is, allow yourself to get bored. When we were little and we were growing up and there was not so much technology around us, we did get bored, but because of which we explored, we thought, we really created. Just sit down, either sit with a pen and paper if you are someone who's very fidgety, or just look around and notice things, what's around you, notice the textures, notice the colors, put all your five senses in use, and it's okay to be bored, because technically we've forgotten how it feels. So again, remove your phone aside, keep technology aside, just sit down without your TV remote and just be prepared to get bored and see what shows up in your body, because this is the way you can reset your brains. The third thing which you can do is delay gratification. I know you'll be itching to, look at your phone, reply to the messages, but all you need to do to get into this new dopamine detox is you will delay gratification. You will tell yourself that I'm going to sit and finish this for 20-30 minutes. And if I do this, then I'm going to give myself 20 minutes on the phone. You need to understand that that dopamine hit reward will only be achieved once you finish what you're meant to do. When you start delaying this whole dopamine hit, what happens is you and your body and your mind starts associating with it only as a reward and not as a constant hit. So these 3 points are really simple to start off with. You will notice just by doing these 3 points, you will see an absolute change in your energy and your environment and the way you've been starting to achieve things. So instead of being addicted to these dopamine hits, it's time to take a simple detox by just doing these 3 things and just being aware about what's the healthy dopamine and what's the dopamine which gives us this constant hit which we need to avoid. And the main reason I want you to do this is because I wish you have a fuller life which is way more meaningful and you are able to live your life with clarity and get to the next step with ease without being so dependent on all these distractions. So if you think this video is going to help you, don't forget to share, subscribe, and like my channel. And also share it with someone who you think is really needing this dopamine detox. It can be your spouse, it can be a friend. We all are living in such heavy technology-friendly environments that we really need to start respecting our time, our life, and move ahead with that kind of conscious and consistency. We really need to start respecting who we were meant to be and what is our purpose, rather than getting distracted on the way, and see who we were meant to be.